Okay. So is my voice audible to you all?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So today we will study the Mart sort algorithm first. And if there is time, since few of the students said that they found it difficult in understanding the quicksort algorithm, I will quickly revise the quicksort algorithm also. But first we will study the Mart sort algorithm. Then we will go to the quicksort algorithm. Okay. Now, just like the quicksort algorithm, it worked in two stages. One is the partitioning algorithm and another is the quicksort algorithm. Similarly, the Mart sort algorithm also works in two stages. One is the merge sorting part and another is the merging of the sorting part. So this merge sort algorithm, it also works in two stages. One part is the sorting part and another part is the merging of this sorting part. We will write the pseudocode of sorting. We will write the pseudocode for merging, and these two pseudocodes together we will refer to as the entire merge sort algorithm. Okay. Just like the quicksort algorithm followed the divide and conquer procedure, merge sort algorithm also follows the divide and conquer procedure. That means we will divide the entire array into smaller parts and we will conquer or we will find the results and the outcomes of the smaller parts, and then we will join and finally find the result. Okay. Now, suppose how this, first let us study how this merging of two sorted arrays is happening. Suppose I have two sorted arrays. One I have named as S1, another I have named as S2. Suppose 1, 2, 4. These are the elements of my one array, and another 3, 6, 7. These are the elements of my second array. So the index locations as I will write is 0, 1, 2, and here it is 3, here also it is 0, 1, 2 because these two are separately two sorted arrays which I will merge together. So what happens is there is a counter for the first array which I refer to as I. There is a counter for the second array which I refer to as J. What happens is there is another separate array whose name suppose I am giving as S3, and this S3 will contain all the elements of S1 and S2, but it will in the way sort and then merge. That means suppose this is 3 and this is 3, so at least 6 elements I need to, 6 places I need to define. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, suppose. Okay. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these are the 6 places. Now what happens is the element at position I is compared with the element at position J, and whichever is smaller, that element is copied to our array or to our array S3. And from the array, like since if S1, from S1 the element is found smaller. 1 minute. 1 minute. Okay. So what happens is, suppose if I am copying the element from this location, S1, then I will increment next for the next stage. And if the element from S2 gets copied over here, J will be incremented. Fine. So let us study. So the element at first position of I is 1 and the element at first position of J is 3. Now which is smaller in between 1 and 3? Obviously 1 is smaller. So since 1 is smaller, I will simply copy 1 from S1 to S3. And since from S1, I have copied the element, I will increment my counter. Now my I will refer to the next element in my array. Then I will compare what is I referring to 2 and what is J referring to 3. Which one is smaller? 2 and 3. Obviously 2 is smaller. So I will copy 2 here and likewise, obviously I will increment I. Now my I will go over here. Whichever array, from whichever array I am copying, that counters will be incremented. And if I am not copying anything from here, this counter won't be incremented. Then again, I will compare element at I and element at J. Now this time element at J is smaller. So I will simply copy 3 over here. And my J counter will move forward. Now again, I will compare element at I and element at J. We are seeing element at I is smaller. I will copy over here. Now I will refer to here. Now the trick is, once any of the array is being exhausted, like here, my I is referring out of the bound array. That means all the elements is exhausted. That is, it is compared. Now, since these two arrays are individually sorted, so what I will do, I will simply copy the leftover elements from the other array. So I will copy 6 and I will copy 7. Why I am being able to do it? Because the elements are already in a sorted manner. So I can simply copy this elements, just copy it in my final array. And now when I have merged the two sorted arrays, like following this logic, using two counters, and I am getting that a finally merged array. And if I can see that yes, the array elements are also sorted. Now this is the concept of merging, which I have expressed now. Now I will discuss. Yes, sir.
Ma'am, in the place of 7, if there is a 5, then what will happen?
In place of 7, there can never be 5, because I am constantly saying that when I will apply the sorting logic, I will get the sub arrays in sorted manner. So 3, 6, 5 is not a sorted array. So it will never happen. It has to be 3, 5, and 6. Because when sorting is applied, automatically the elements will be sorted. The thing which I have showed is only the merging part, merging of the two sorted parts, sorted arrays. Another section of this merge sort is the sorting part, which I will show. Okay, how the sorting is taking place. First, the sorting will take place, then merging of the two sorted will take place. Since learning the merging was easier, I explained the second stage first. Now I will explain how the sorting is happening. Okay.